Hello again and welcome to yet another edition of the Cliff Ellis Show. I'm your host, Brandon Dunn, along with Coastal Carolina men's basketball coach Cliff Ellis. Another big week, Coach, in the conference. Two big games and two nice victories.
Well, you're in that stretch run where we're trying to win a championship. Tough league, tough race, but you got to take them one at a time. And, you know, it's kind of like the conference tournament here in 2 weeks. You know, you win, you stay in, you lose, you're in trouble. So our guys are handling business. I like the way we're playing, but there's a lot of teams in our league playing well too. But right now we're playing pretty well.
And as you alluded to the last couple of weeks, there's 7 teams in this conference that can win this thing. But right now, with regards to your club, you guys are right there in the mix. You're tied for second. You're behind High Point and Charleston Southern, and you're only a half a game back.
Well, the thing of it is that there's some teams that are going to play each other. If we win out, we should be in good shape. Now, it could be a tie, you don't know, but there's some teams that got to play each other. We just got to win out. We got to win this on the road. We got 2 road games. It's not going to be easy. Any road game's tough. But these teams are going to come in on the road with everything to gain, nothing to lose. And, you know, we've just got to focus on what we got to do because we got 2 tough matchups, regardless of what the team's records are. 2 tough matchups. Longwood gave us all we wanted, and then Presbyterian, they go to Asheville and win. It's just going to be 2 tough games.
This week prior to the show, of course, you had 2 games, one Monday at Radford, the other game Thursday, of course, right here at the HTC Center. It's Campbell. Let's start off, Coach, with the Campbell game, a game that was tight up there. A little bit different story, though, here.
Well, you know, it's senior night. Our team was charged up. You got Josh Cameron and Warren Gillis, your seniors, that are wanting to go out in style, and our team wants them to go out in style. And we knew that Campbell could come in here and do the job, but I'll tell you, in this game, we started off a little bit slow. You know, we missed some foul shots, missed some shots, but our defense was good. But I'm going to tell you, as we look at the highlight reels, those 7 threes in a row in the first half, that's going to put a lead on anybody. That's a dagger.
And as you just mentioned, senior night, as we take you out to the highlights, Warren Gillis, Josh Cameron have been tremendous for this program in their tenure here. A little emotional. Everybody excited, though. They got their jerseys tonight. And just talk about what these 2 seniors have meant to you.
Well, Warren Gillis has been a 4-year player that has been meant so much to our team and program. He's a guy that's getting his degree. He's got great character, never caused us any issues. He was the most valuable player in the tournament last year. He's been our leader. Josh Cameron, he's been perhaps the most prolific three-point shooter we've had the last couple of years on our team as far as consistency. He's brought that, he brings that to the table, and he came out in this game against Campbell and showed that 3-point shot in the first half.
It took a little while, but as Coach mentioned, Campbell came out and took an early lead, Coach, on you 5-1. It looked like for a while there, at least for the first 2 or 3 minutes of this game, Campbell kind of picked up where they left off against you guys up at Campbell, hitting some big shots, including some threes.
Well, they did, and you know they're going to bring it. They're coming to play, and they've got a good play. They've got good players. They've got a good team. So we've got to continue to play defense, whole course. It's a 40-minute game, and take it 1 possession at a time.
Josh Cameron getting the start on senior night, and of course he comes up big, nails a bucket here, and then Siobhan Wiggins, the old-fashioned 3, doing what he did against Campbell earlier, going to the rack, and this time getting the old and 1.
Well, he did a good job, and you know, he's a guy that leads our team, and he's a quarterback on the offensive and defensive side of the ball.
Elijah Wilson coming off the bench tonight, the 6th man, kind of had a chip on his shoulder after the Radford game, but boy, did he come up huge, Coach. He nails a pair of threes, and all of a sudden you guys are up 10-9.
These are big shots, and that perhaps is the best. That's the best that Elijah has played. Siobhan got him the ball, and other guys were getting him the ball, and he made it happen. So, you know, it's really good to see him play like that.
Once you guys took the lead, you added to that. Wiggins here with another bucket, gave you a 20-13 lead with 9:37 to go, and all of a sudden Campbell calls a timeout, and it seemed like the momentum was on your side.
Well, here we go, because it's fixing to start. This stretch of threes, it just speaks for itself. I can't say anything more than what the pictures will show.
Warren Gillis with a pair of threes, and all of a sudden those 6 points built you a 33-19 lead with 5:26 to go. And as you just mentioned, it was a 3-point shooting contest, and it reminded me, Coach, of that first half at High Point on New Year's Eve when you guys were just lights out.
That's right. We were knocking threes down. We were feeling it, as you say, and momentum was on our side. And it's like anything else. When it starts going your way, it's catchy. It's like a virus, and it was a good virus. So it was very good to see it happen. And you'll see 7 threes in a row, and that's a back break. That's 21 points.
Wilson, Cameron, the whole team getting into the act, the guards all shooting threes. And, Coach, before you knew it, it was halftime, and you guys were up 47-23 thanks to that three-point barrage.
Well, that's what it was, and we go in at halftime, and we're feeling pretty good. I mean, you can't play any better than that. So, you know the second half, the first 5 minutes are the key.
Well, the good thing was you guys were up so big because they were raining threes to start the second half. They came out, they hit some big threes, and it looked like for a while there, maybe they're going to crawl back into this one, but they kind of settled down and you guys started hitting some shots.
Well, they were doing what we were doing in the first half. They were knocking down threes. Now, I didn't think our defense was attached the way it was in the first half, but we had a nice little talk in one of the timeouts, and then we got it back together.
Your inside game was tremendous on Monday against Radford. Tonight, they weren't letting you do that, but you did get a little bit of a presence there in the second half inside with your game with Badu and a couple of other gentlemen.
Well, we did, and they were packing the defense in, double teaming down low, and also Badu Jane got in foul trouble, so his minutes were limited, but it shows that we're a team, and we got the job done.
There was a possession there where Marcus Freeman grabs a board, gets stuffed, grabs another board, and then puts it back as he falls back and gets the old-fashioned three. I mean, you can't say enough about what he's meant to their program the last couple of games and just what he is done with regards to coming in and giving you tough minutes.
Well, he's giving us tough minutes, and their power. He's got power. He can finish a shot. He can, we call it and ones. He can knock a shot. He can make a shot with contact and get to the foul line. That's something that's needed.
Coach Wiggins coming down the stretch playing extremely well, but it looked like what he was doing against Campbell up there, and he wasn't the only one.
Well, that's exactly right. Siobhan and Warren really in the second half made some big plays for us, whereas Josh and Elijah were doing it in the first half. They were making some plays in the second half. That shows that team balance. So very pleased to see that with regards to our play, because we came out struggling a little bit.
It was nice to see. Of course, Josh got his numbers. He's been averaging double digits. He came up with a big game. But it was nice to see Warren as well, because it seemed like there in the first half he wasn't getting the shots he wanted. But, boy, the second half was a different story.
Well, he did. I think as a team wears down, his opportunities get better. I think the thing about Warren, he wants it, and they put size on him. And usually after a team wears down a little bit, it gets a little bit tougher for him. So as the second half goes on, Warren's game usually gets stronger.
In Coastal Carolina, they go on to win this one 81-57. They sweep the season series over the Camels of Campbell University, and that's always a good thing, especially when I can get Camel and Campbell out of this thing. It is a tongue twister, but it was a good night, especially for your outside guys. Elijah Wilson, 20-5. Warren Gillis 17-4, Josh Cameron 16-2, and then Siobhan Wiggins 14-3. That's some good balancing act by some good seniors.
Yeah, good numbers, and it's just good to have that balance, because I think that's a key to winning as you go through the season and you try to make a run in a championship.
This is one of the more special games, final regular season home game, but it doesn't really hit you yet, because we know we still have the tournament, so we still have another game, hopefully 3 more games, and. So it was a special night for us, though, to be recognized in front of everybody.
We definitely want to go ahead and get this conference championship. We know this not going to be the last regular season home game. We got 3 more left, so that's what we're looking for, and we're going to try to get this tournament.
The HTC peak performer for the victory over Campbell was Elijah Wilson, the sophomore guard, with 20 points, 5 boards, and 29 minutes of action. But the key stat, Coach, 3 of 5 from three-point range. And those 3-pointers were big because it got you guys ahead and kept you ahead.
Well, we were kind of struggling in the first few minutes, and he came in and gave us a lift. He got 17 points in the first half. He was on fire. Best he's played. That first half's the best he's played. So he propelled us. You know, we're up 24, and everybody else just started feeling it. You know, Josh started feeling it. Warren started feeling it. So it kind of was catchy.
Coming up next on the Cliff Ellis Show, Coach and I will break down the win against Radford. That's coming up next right here on News Channel 15. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
The Cliff Ellis Show is brought to you by the Britton Law Firm.
At its heart, above all else, A&I has had a long-standing commitment to the community.
Our driving force is our dedication to the people we serve.
From Myrtle Beach to Florence,
Wilmington to Charleston.
every job is different and every community is unique.
No matter what disaster has brought us to you.
It's our commitment that will keep us here. We're proud to be celebrating 40 years of service to the Carolinas.
And we're looking forward to 40 more.
Strand Orthopedic is a proud supporter of Coastal Carolina athletics. Strand Orthopedic provides the best care from simple sprains to the most complex spinal or sports-related injuries. It is our mission to get patients back to life and back in the game and help them resume normal activities in the safest and shortest amount of time. Get in the game with Strand Orthopedic.
Waccamaw Land and Timber has been serving the Grand Strand since 1982. The ultimate goal of Waccamaw Land and Timber is the best interest of both the buyer and the seller. If you're looking for a place to relax, hunt, or fish, the professionals at Waccamaw Land and Timber can find you the perfect recreational property. Call 449-0441 to discuss your real estate needs with Waccamaw Land and Timber.
Another trial, another battle. Where's your strength? Tenacity. What's your history? Fighting for my clients in court. But what sustains me now is working with three of the finest individuals I've ever known. My family. There's power in family. Power for our clients.
Fighting for your rights is my family's business.
Britain Law. Born to fight, bred to win.
The Cliff Ellis Show is brought to you by Burroughs & Chapin.
Welcome back here to the Cliff Ellis Show. Earlier in the week, you were on the road at Radford, and I guess the storyline, not just what was going on inside the arena, but what was going on outside, Coach. Wow. 8 to 12 inches of snow. It was just.
You're being very kind. I thought it was about 14. It was enough for me. I'm used to see the white that I see on the ground is usually the beach, but it was a lot of snow and. It was treacherous. We had to stay overnight because of the road conditions. You did too. But it was cold outside, but we got warm inside.
It was warm inside. You take you to the highlights. You see the snow coming down here, but as Coach just alluded to, it was nice inside with the snow coming on outside. Let's pick it up here in the first half, and it doesn't take Badu Zhang long to show you what he's made of. Coach, he goes right down the middle of the lane and comes up with a big flush, and just like that, you're off to a 4-0 lead.
Well, this is a game that is going to be very physical, and they're going to let you play. So when they let you play, it means it's going to be rugged around that basket, and you got to make plays around the basket. And for us in this game, Badu Zhang, Marcus Freeman, Michelle Ananga, Tristan Curtis, they did a very good job.
You went through a little scoring drought there for a few minutes, but Josh Cameron able to stop the bleeding and get you guys back into it, and then Badu hits a big three, and that was just the beginning of the threes for him. He came up with quite a few big threes in that first half, and this three right here ties it at 9 all.
He was 4 for 4 from the three-point line. He played well. This is one of the better games, but those threes were big because, as you mentioned, we were struggling. But he was getting the outside shot, and he was knocking it down. He was keeping us in it.
Radford would go on an 8-0 run to take a 9-point lead, but Badu back at it again, hits a pair of threes, and just like that, you guys cut the Radford lead to 17-15.
Well, we're going to hang around, you might say, and it's going to be back and forth. This is a very good Radford team.
Inside presence was huge. Marcus Freeman, 6 straight points, Coach, to keep you in the game, and I haven't seen Marcus play like that all season long.
Well, he ends up getting 16 rebounds and 14 points. That's a monster game, and you're seeing it through the highlights. But he gave us a great effort in this game. It's good to see. He's playing well as we go down the stretch.
Speaking of coming down the stretch right before the half, Freeman again, nice bucket here, would make it a 4-point Radford lead with a minute to go, and then Warren Gillis hits a jumper. And Coach, we got ourselves a ball game at the half.
Yes, it's a close game, but it's going to be back and forth. I don't know how many lead changes there were, but they pretty much controlled it. But we start making a run. We really don't get control of this game till the last couple of minutes of the game. But we had some guys making some shots to keep us in it in the first half, and then as we go in the second half, we got to keep playing defense. At the same point in time, these guys are going to make some big plays.
Coastal Carolina down 5 at the break, 30-25 as we start the second half action. And here comes Badu again, another dunk, and what a game he had, both outside and inside.
19 points, 11 rebounds, 4 for 4 from the three-point line, hit his foul shots, was scoring around the bucket. He had a whale of a game.
Josh Cameron comes off the bench, coach, and starts hitting some big threes there in the second half. He hit a three here, and it just looked like he was starting to feel it too.
Well, he gives us our first lead at I think around the 5-minute mark, somewhere along there. And these are big shots, and he's making some big plays for us.
Marcus Freeman picks up in the second half where he left off in the first half, comes up with a big bucket here, and all of a sudden, coach, it's a 2-point game, and ooh, this one's coming to the wire.
Well, it's one of those. It's just a championship fight. It's a heavyweight championship fight. Two teams wanting to battle and wanting to win, and we get a bounce or two here. We're very resilient, and we're doing what I call some hustle stuff and making some tough plays.
What I like to see out of your team, and I saw it the other night, is you guys would get down 8 a few times, not just once, but a couple times, but you kept battling back. You're down 8 here, but here comes Cameron again, hits a 3, and then Badu hits a 3, and it's a 2-point lead for you guys.
That's right, and you just got to stay the course and keep battling, and we always tell our guys it's a 40-minute game. It's a process. Stay the course, don't change. Let the horn sound, and then look at your body of work.
What were you seeing out of Radford? Because then again, after you guys would take that lead, they'd come back with a little run themselves, and again, they would be back up 7 points.
Well, they had the opportunity, I thought, to push the game out about 3 times. The good thing is our team didn't let it. They were ready to get that thing into double digits several times in the second half. But again, I think that when we cut it down that last time, and it got around that 5-minute mark, I thought that the momentum changed, and I thought that they were starting to feel it. And we were loose, and we were just able to make a few plays here and there and fortunate enough to come out of this thing on the positive side.
And as you mentioned a little bit earlier in the highlights, Josh Cameron would, coach, hit a couple of big back-to-back threes, and the one that really stood out gave you a 53-52 edge, and that was your first lead since early in the first half.
That was our first lead, and it didn't last long. But we got a lead. They came right back down and scored, but we're going to hang around, and this game is really going to get interesting.
It does indeed get interesting, Coach, because coming down the stretch, there's about a minute and a half to go here. It's a tied ball game. It's tight. Where was the bucket going to come from? And leave it up to the senior. Here comes Warren Gillis. He saw a seam in the middle of the paint, stopped and popped, and Coach, that pretty much put it out of reach.
I don't know how many times we've seen Warren Gillis in his tenure at Coastal Carolina. When the game is on the line, there's a couple minutes to play. How many big buckets has this guy made? Several. You saw it at Auburn. You saw it against High Point. You see it today. It's just big win. But you go back to last year and the year before, he's made some big buckets. He's got ice water in his veins. He's the Iceman. We knock free throws down and come out of this thing.
They did knock some free throws down, and that proved to be the difference as well, as Coastal Carolina goes on to win this one 65-59, a huge road win for the Chanticleers as they get the week started off on the right foot with that one. Coach, you got to give it up to 2 gentlemen. Badu Jang, 19 and 11. Marcus Freeman, 14 points, 16 boards. We caught up with Badu after the game to get his thoughts on his game, and Warren Gillis, he chimed in as well, talking about Freeman and Badu.
Shot really well. This morning on the shoot around, I was feeling the shot was going really well. So, I tried it and it worked in the game. So I was like, let me just not stop. Let me try to get back on the score and, get the playing.
They were both huge. They had combined 27 rebounds. They kept us in the game, and they were scoring. Both of them were scoring. So they kept us in the game, especially in the first half. And it was big for us. It was huge for us.
When it comes to peak performer, I'm going to go ahead and say those two get it, because double-doubles, they're a hard thing to get. And the way that those guys played, they just kind of put us on our back. It's a team win, but they put us on our back. It was a physical game, and they matched up to it. So very proud of their efforts, but proud of our team for showing resilience and finding a way to win. It was a hard-fought win. We were very fortunate, but we were able to get the win.
It's once again time for Shots Corner as Coach sits down with senior guard Warren Gillis. That's coming up next right here on The Cliff Ellis Show.
The Cliff Ellis Show is brought to you by Crestcom Bank.
Locals love Creek Rats for dinner. They rave about the nightly specials and how much they enjoy the live music. But when you experience that incredible waterfront view, you get that relaxed Creek Rats attitude. Waterfront on the Marsh Walk in Murrells Inlet.
It's time time to get your fun on at Broadway at the Beach. Specializing in one-of-a-kind shopping, shoppers will find treasures of every kind, from unique gift shops you won't find anywhere else to nationally recognized names. And while shopping, don't forget to refuel at one of more than 20 mouth-watering restaurants and eateries, where you can choose from the all-American hamburger and milkshake to fajitas and sushi. Broadway is also home to spectacular attractions and live entertainment. For more information, visit BroadwayAtTheBeach.com. Broadway at the Beach. Positively awesome.
Locals love Creek Rats for lunch. They say it's the fresh salads, fantastic wraps, and seafood baskets. But when you experience those incredible waterfront views, you get that relaxed Creek Rats attitude. Waterfront on the Marsh Walk in Murrells Inlet.
For more than 60 years, HTC has been delivering worldwide connections from right here in our community. A community our employees are proud to support in every way, from coaching Little League sports to local fundraisers and quarterly blood drives. We sponsor and support the community and our school systems, recognizing greatness along the way. It's a commitment we take seriously, all to strengthen the connections here in our community. HTC, this is life. Connect with it.
Southwind Engineering is a fast-growing architecture, engineering, consulting, and construction services organization. The principals at Southwind have a long-standing history of client focus, quality design, and technological innovation. Whether you are building your new dream home or your next major project, call the professionals at Southwind Engineering today to guide you through the process from start to finish.
The Cliff Ellis Show is brought to you by Logan Steakhouse.
We're here on Sean's Corner for the last time with Warren Gillis, our senior, who, man, I'll tell you what, time flies. From the time he came in here from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, was a backup his freshman year. He's been our leader the last couple of years. Went over 1,000 points just the other night with regards to it. That's a very special honor with regards to play. What's been the feeling like scoring all those points and reaching 1,000 points as a career? That's quite a feat for any college basketball player.
Well, I was very thankful to be able to reach that point, and it just brings me back to my freshman year and everything, coming in, not knowing what to expect in college, and meeting the new guys on the team and everything. It just brings me back to all the old memories and everything that I've been through.
Well, it's quite an honor, and it's an honor to have Warren on our basketball team. He is a guy that has over a three-point average. Tell him what your grade point average is right now.
It's about 3.1.
3.1. Tell him what you're majoring in.
Business management.
Business management. Very successful career headed for this young man. He's given us leadership. We see him on the wing. We see him at the point. We put him everywhere. He's a guy that can play all over, but he understands the game. And he's certainly been a joy to coach, and one that I've just had a wonderful time coaching because he loves the game. And we're going to hate to see him go. Very proud of you. Love you, Warren. You've done a great job with our team and program. We're very happy for what you've done at Coastal Carolina.
Coming up next, Coach and I will break down the week ahead, the final week of the regular season for the Chanticleers. That's coming up next right here on The Cliff Ellis Show. We'll be right back.
The Cliff Ellis Show is brought to you by Southwind Engineering.
So totally free checking is completely free?
Yes, sir.
Right. Next you'll tell me there's free online banking.
Actually, there is.
Free online bill pay? Mm-hmm. No way I can get a free quick card, debit card the instant I open an account.
Check.
Yeah, check. Like free first order of checks?
All included.
What? And a free gift?
And a free gift.
Come in today and sign up for Crestcom's totally free checking. Stop by any of our convenient locations.
I'm on Candid Camera, right?
As parents, you ensure your child is fed and clothed, but are you doing all you can to make sure they're healthy? Each year, tens of millions of children contract the flu virus. Help your child fight the flu and be a health hero in their life. Health Hero offers school-located vaccinations throughout the Southeast. We help protect your children, family, and community with convenient, safe, and painless options. Administering flu mist nasal spray to participating students. And there are no out-of-pocket expenses regardless of insurance. Become a health hero today.
At Logan's Roadhouse, we grill up sizzling Southern-inspired flavor using time-honored recipes we've collected and perfected over time. From the inviting aromas of our wood-fired grilled steaks to our delicious from-scratch dishes with seasonings you can see, we know how to bring out food's true flavor. And when you pair our food with an ice-cold beer or our handcrafted Roadhouse tea, you'll understand why Logan's Roadhouse is much more than a restaurant. Come to where steak rules the road. Logan's Roadhouse.
For more than 60 years, HTC has been delivering worldwide connections from right here in our community. A community our employees are proud to support in every way, from coaching Little League sports to local fundraisers and quarterly blood drives. We sponsor and support the community and our school systems, recognizing greatness along the way. It's a commitment we take seriously, all to strengthen the connections here in our community. HTC, this is life. Connect with it.
The Cliff Ellis Show is brought to you by Strand Orthopedic.
Welcome back here to the Cliff Ellis Show. 1 week remaining before the conference tournament starts. It's the final week of the regular season. And for Coastal Carolina, 2 on the road, Coach.
Well, we've got to win this championship on the road. 2 weeks from now, we got to try to win it at home. The interesting thing about it is, somebody told me a stat, and I don't know the exact, but I think there's like a 40%. At one time, there's a 40% win record on the road. So, you know, the percentage is against it, but it doesn't mean because you play at home you can get a win. So we got to find a way to go on the road and pull out a win against 2 teams that are just going to come after us with everything that they've got. And they've got everything to gain, nothing to lose. It's a road game. You're going to have these senior nights. But I think we need this pressure. I like being in this pressure situation. There are a lot of teams in this situation along with us. But you get that, as I said earlier in the show, you get that tournament feel. And we're going to need that. So you need to have that adrenaline rush, that emotion, and it is good preparation for our conference tournament. You know, our team's going to battle. I'll tell you this, one thing about our team, I don't know what will happen. But by the next show, we'll know what has happened. But I know that this team's going to battle you, and they're going to give it everything that they got. And that's all you can ask them to do. We're going to have to get the bounce of the ball go our way, but we got to make our own breaks too.
In Coastal Carolina, 2 on the road. We'll be back next Sunday, same time, same place, to let you know exactly how the Chants fared on those 2 road games and prepare you for the conference tournaments, which, of course, as Coach just alluded to, is just 2 weeks away right here at the HTC Center. Thanks for watching the show this week. We'll see you next Sunday right here on News Channel 15. Have a fantastic weekend and a fantastic week ahead.
The Cliff Ellis Show is brought to you by Waccamaw Land and Timber.
Another trial, another battle. Where's your strength? Tenacity. What's your history? Fighting for my clients in court. But what sustains me now is working with 3 of the finest individuals I've ever known. My family. There's power in family. Power for our clients.
Fighting for your rights is my family's business.
Britain Law. Born to fight, bred to win.
At its heart, above all else, A&I has had a long-standing commitment to the community.
Our driving force is our dedication to the people we serve.
From Myrtle Beach to Florence.
Wilmington to Charleston.
Every job is different, and every community is unique.
No matter what disaster has brought us to you.
It's our commitment that will keep us here. We're proud to be celebrating 40 years of service to the Carolinas.
And we're looking forward to 40 more.
Strand Orthopedic is a proud supporter of Coastal Carolina athletics. Strand Orthopedic provides the best care from simple sprains to the most complex spinal or sports-related injuries. It is our mission to get patients back to life and back in the game and help them resume normal activities in the safest and shortest amount of time. Get in the game with Strand Orthopedic. At Logan's Roadhouse, we grill up sizzling Southern-inspired flavor using time-honored recipes we've collected and perfected over time. From the inviting aromas of our wood-fired grilled steaks to our delicious from-scratch dishes with seasonings you can see, we know how to bring out food's true flavor. And when you pair our food with an ice-cold beer or our handcrafted Roadhouse tea, you'll understand why Logan's Roadhouse is much more than a restaurant. Come to where steak rules the road. Logan's Roadhouse.